Hello and good morning to you. My name is Neil and today's car is the Suzuki. This is the Ignis and it's the little 1.3 VVTi GL model, finished in a solid red colour on the 2004 and with a brand new MOT until April 2016. 2 keys, decent service history, and driven by myself for the last for 20 miles, and it drives absolutely spot on. Good little cars, these Suzukis. It's a little bit bigger than a sort of Fiat Panda, and it's a more upright driving position, like a crossover, but it is only a 2-wheel drive version, so you haven't got any extra expense with fuel and complications with the 4-wheel drive. So it is a little bit more upright, excellent for getting in and out of, very good all-round family car. If you've got a couple of kids, put some seats in the back and enjoy the ability to jump in and out of this thing with minimal ease. I've had quite a few Suzukis and they are a very reliable machine. They're built well and generally tend to cost a bit less on average, the running costs, than most general cars that are around, particularly French vehicles, that sort of thing. It has roof bars, rear wash wiper, high level brake light, steel wheels with wheel trims, 5 doors obviously, and a accommodating boot and quite nifty rear seats that adjust, which I'll show you in a second. It has power steering, airbags ×4, ABS brakes, and electric mirrors, electric windows and central locking. So it's quite well spec'd up. Power output's good enough for a little car like this, and as I say, generally well suited to a smaller family for school runs and that sort of thing. Much better than a diesel for jumping in and out of and doing just 10 miles a day. Right, let's give you a chat about the car. Essentially, it's in a solid red colour and is all looking pretty good. You have got no dings or dents to speak of, and the bumpers are all sitting nice and true. The tyres, which I'll just run through now, they're not very big tyres, so nice and cheap to replace. That one there is about half worn. This one's a Continental on the back and is practically new. The wheel trims are a little bit scuffed up, but that's no great shakes. But they have got cable ties on them to hold them on. This one's a Bridgestone, and he's about half worn as well, maybe slightly less or slightly more than half worn. And this one here again is about half worn, so no immediate expense to make on the tyres, bearing in mind the MOT is until April 2016. It's got remote locking and a spare key as well, and you'll see the service history a little bit later on in this video. So that's the tyres. As I say, no discernible dings or dents to speak of. I mean, it is 11 years old, and really it's actually fared a lot better than what you would expect most cars like this. So Suzuki Ignis 1.3. Just grab the remote key a second. So press the button, have the door closed, I assume. There we go, so that's opening all the doors up. All the doors work fine, the windows work fine. It's got a baggage shelf in the back. It has this 3rd inertia reel safety belt which comes down from the roof lining, and the boot space is lovely and clean. And there's the spare wheel, which is on a steel, and there's a toolkit down there somewhere. That's it. And this is what I quite like. These seats move in a position so that you can lock them in different settings. I think it looks like there's about 7 settings by the looks of it. There you go, it's about 7 settings. So you'll see that you can push the seats right forward and then giving you a much bigger boot space. 3 headrests, 3 inertia reel belts. Let's go and have a look at the service history a moment. Okay, welcome to the documents and history then for the Suzuki Ignis. Firstly then, we've got the V5 or logbook, which shows 3 keepers in total, and the last keeper's owned it since April 2012, and it's a Ignis GL model, 5-door petrol car, registered 1906-2004, 154 grams per kilometre, in the colour red. So that's the V5. Nice long MOT until April the 9th 2016, with 1 advisory notice, which is front exhaust mount broken, and that's just an advisory though. 74,000 miles, so not many miles covered since then. There are 2 keys, if not 3. Let's just have a look and see what we've got in here. Oh, wrong one. Volvo. So there's one remote key, and then this key here. Come out. There we are, it's just a standard key. So you've got one remote key and one standard key, and then a service book, and there are other receipts and bills in the car, which I'll show you later. That's the supplying dealer, which was Suzuki of Christchurch, down on the south coast there. And then we've got a PDI stamp, and actually, in fact, was that the first service? Oh no, annual body work inspection. So here we go, just work back a bit. So stamps in the book then at 8,000 miles, 16,000 miles, 24,000 miles, and 34,000 miles. Then again at 41, 47, 55,000 when the front discs and pads were replaced as well as 2013, and the last service was done on the 6th of the 6th, 2014 at 66,000 miles. So we've got a decent service record, nice long MOT, a couple of keys, and the logbook present. There we go, back to the car. Okay, right, moving in then, we've got rear windows are manual. Door cards are in pretty good order. The plastics do have a small light scratching here and there in the interior, not too bad. And generally the interior is nice and clean and bright. It's not had any dogs in it. It doesn't appear to have been smoked in. There's a mat pocket on the driver's seat and airbags in the front 2 seats as well. Manual lock on the door. Height adjustable driver's seat, so the driver's seat will adjust up and down, which is quite handy. And I think the steering wheel will move as well. Does it? Nope, it doesn't move, sorry. So there's electric mirrors, they work, electric windows, they work. Pedal rubbers in pretty good order. It's all Vauxhall switch gear, so this is all Vauxhall. Mirrors, the windows, the indicator stalks. So, turn her on, ABS light goes out, traction control light goes out as it should when it starts up. There you go, all the lights are out. It's stone cold here at the moment, so the throttle will slowly drop down as the choke drops down. All the fan works okay. There's a JVC CD player here. There's all the owner's manuals, which we've seen in the service history. There's an external temperature gauge and a clock. It's actually wrong, needs resetting. The passenger seat's in good order. The handbrake holds well. Good biting point on the handbrake, and the clutch is nice and light with a good biting point. Yep, that's fine. As I say, driven at 20 miles, and it all drove very well indeed. Front wipers, washers, rear wash wiper, all works fine. Power steering, airbag, light rattle from an exhaust shield, but that's nothing much to worry about. Rev counter, nice drop of fuel in there, it's done 75,077. So there's not much to talk about really on a car like this. It's just generally a little run around, about 9 grand new, but still a good little machine. No turbo to worry about, not congested with too many extras and things which will go wrong and cause you to have an MOT failure. But there she is then, a little Suzuki Ignis, very practical little car, nice and light on the steering, but still good accommodation for passengers. Little small, upright car with decent headroom, but as I say, very easy to get in and out of. So if you've got child seats and things, which I know my sister favours these cars, because basically everything is pretty much walk through and you just jump in and all is good. Okay, right, so as you can see here, she's purring along beautifully. Okay, cam chain, no cam belt on this, I've got to worry about that. So all round good little car. Sorry if I've bored you a little bit, but generally if you're travelling some distance you want to make sure you're getting something which is described accurately, which I find these videos do, which I've done many over the years. So there we go then. Do give me a call if you're interested. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.